In the first section of creating and editing formulas, we're going to look at the concept of a formula. As we look at the concept of a formula, we'll look at the pieces that make up a formula, and then an overview of the different types of formulas that are found already built into Excel. When you look at a spreadsheet, you don't normally see formulas or the functions that are going on behind it. You normally see the result of a formula. For example, when I look down here at totals and I see $229,000, I see the result of a formula. In fact, I'm going to click on cell C13, and here I see the value, but the formula is right up here in what's actually called the formula bar. Now, a formula always starts off with an equal sign. What that does is it tells the software that this isn't just text, it's not just numbers, this is actually starting a formula. And right after that, you may or may not have a function. And in this case, the function is summing, which is another word for addition. And what it's looking at is these cells right here, 45,000 down to 34,000, which is C5 to C10. So in parentheses, it's saying I want you to grab all of that information and I want you to add that. And as we get further into formulas and how to build them and edit them and so forth, we'll really break this down. But for now, that's a formula trying to add or sum these sets of numbers and put that information right here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the check mark, and it added all of those cells to give us a result of the formula. So there are lots of formulas within the system. In fact, you'll find them on a tab called Formulas. And you'll see some that are built in like AutoSum. There's a recently used list. But you even get into financial type of formulas, logical tests, text. That's right, you can actually do formulas on text, even date and time, looking things up and referencing different things within the document and so forth. There's math and trigonometry, lots of different options there, and then there's even more functions related to statistical information, engineering, cubing, and other information types. So there is a lot that's built in for you. Learning those is a long time in trying to learn all of those. So you want to start with the ones that are typical and then build into the ones that you're going to be using based on your type of spreadsheets. Understanding formulas gives you two critical components for working with spreadsheets. One is accuracy, making sure that when this is totaled down here, that it is accurately adding all of these numbers together to report those numbers. That is very critical. The other thing that it does is it saves you a lot of time. If you were to write the formula from scratch, you would be saying add this to this and then add that to this and so on and so forth. Whereas understanding formulas and the functions that they serve, you're able to put in a very simple function and then say refer to these cells, and you're done a lot faster and typically a lot more accurate because it's less typing. You're able to check the accuracy much faster because you can look at it instead of keep looking at numbers and more numbers until you try to figure out if that's correct or not. So learning formulas, learning the functions that can speed up formula making and accuracy are very critical, especially when you're working with data on spreadsheets.